Here we are in the AI tech zone. It's a metaverse space I designed in Spatial, and we've got various meeting areas. We're on the S deck at the moment. You've got brain boards to put your YouTube videos or your post-it notes or your PDFs on, also the wall space behind it, the rock face behind it. You've got plinths, a microchip plinth in this case, that you can stand on if you want to be seen by lots of people. You can get 50 people on this deck, don't forget. Or you could use it for putting assets on or NFTs. I've given it a kind of sort of, I suppose you'd call it like a sci-fi background to get some atmosphere going. These are cogs that I'm using to reference the travel bubbles, which you'll see a bit later on. I just think it anchors the travel bubbles better. You've got various rock faces you can also display stuff on. As we move further down the S deck, we've got another meeting area here with the brain board and the microchip plinth, and obviously a great big rock face to put stuff on. There's one of the bubbles I mentioned earlier, travel bubbles. I just think rather than just plonk them anywhere, they look anchored in positions that are referenced on the S deck or wherever. You could even put them as eyeballs if you so wanted to. As you move further down the S deck, we get to a demo, a YouTube video or whatever. This is one of my videos I created last year. But it could be anything. It could be a lot larger than this. It could cover the whole of the rock face if you wanted it to. But that's the sound of the video. But it gives you lots of options. You could have several videos. You don't just have to have one. You could have 3 ready to go on the wall, and you just play them one at a time. And display assets here. You could have the speaker stood here telling everybody what's going on. And it just makes a nice little training area for each of these zones on the S deck. This is the main assembly area, really, though, because the main sort of meetings and things happen on the robot decks, on the quad deck up here and so on. So we go up the stairs, navigating with the mouse or the swiping the screen. And this is the quad deck. It's basically 4 distinct areas for meetings. So you could have a hackathon running with 4 different teams, or you could have each area could be a little training area for a college subject, and you've got wall space to put your post-its on or your graphics. You've got a plinth to meet round, and obviously you could have more plinths. And then we move up to the next deck, which is the ring deck. Now this is this is what I call the interactive deck. It's a deck that allows for question and answer sessions and also sort of team games and things like that. We've got 4 rings, coloured rings. You could ask a question. The speaker could say, what is the capital of Germany? Is it pink, Munich, blue, Berlin, red, Bonn, and so on. 30 or 40 people who are on this deck who could then go to each space and I think it's Berlin or whatever, and stand in the pink. And then the speaker would give them 10 seconds or whatever to get into position, and then he'd say, oh, it's yellow is the answer or whatever, and everybody in yellow wins and carries on to the next subject, on the rest of them go downstairs to the S deck. So you've got like an interactive play area. It could even be something silly like the last person into the pink is the loser, go and stand on the S deck. And you could get really, really daft with silly games. But I think if you've got space, you should use it. And this gives an interactive area to use it in. And I think that can only help in learning and just creating a memory and helping aid the learning system, that whatever is being used at the time. This is the main boardroom, the nerve center I call it, and you can get 8 people around here for more of an intensive meeting, and you've got great views around the area. It's just a futuristic, light-hearted kind of area to meeting, and I think it would only aid in development of students for memory and all sorts of things. As we go upstairs, we get to the head office, no surprise there. This is more this is great views again. This is more like more of an intensive, maybe a debating kind of area. You've got two different sides to it. You could have one team on the left, one team on the right, debating a subject. You've got a position here to put a YouTube video on, or in this case, this is a mirror, but it could be anything. And you could indeed have the speaker presenting to everybody sat around on the arch bench there, and then you've got your plinths for displaying your assets and things. So you can sit on here, listen to the speaker, and I think it creates a really nice, informal, memorable atmosphere to learning. And it's futuristic, atmospheric. It can only help in the learning process. So that's my main meeting area. We go downstairs. We don't have to step on each individual step. We can teleport a longer distance if we want to, depending on whether you're using a phone or a PC or whatever. And we're on the S deck again. I see this rock in particular as a viewing rock, and you get some great views of the futuristic dawning of artificial intelligence, and the atmosphere this Metaspace creates. I hope you like my Metaspace. And I hope that it's the first of many, and look forward to designing more. Thanks very much.